Hey guys, we're back again with our 100% run. Thanks for watching. Right off the bat here, I wanted to show you another fun tidbit about this game, but let me load this in here so you can see. Watch when I open up Marrymore here, you'll see the screen kind of flicker a couple times. Watch. You see that? How it kind of faded in from blackness twice? There's a very small error with the game's scripts, where if you come back, if you start up the game in the middle of staying at the suite, you know, so that little, that toad bellhop is there, the game accidentally runs two different fade in from black commands. It's the simple things like that that bring you guys here, right? But anyway, onward to the volcano. Last time we got a few fun items, like the lazy shell. Just in time, too, since we don't have to do regular jumps anymore. We can just use our super powerful lazy shell. Grab a couple flowers. Ouch. And let's fight something. Have to do something to make this exciting for you guys. Let's do it. Pretty sure these guys are immune to super jumps, or jumps in general, but here we go. Nice. You gotta wonder what was going through the developers' heads when they made these enemies. We have an enemy whose whole thing is having high defense. What should they do on their first turn? Make their defense higher. They'll never see it coming. Alright, let's see how far we can get into the volcano today. I do want to level up some, you know? Don't make us a sitting duck for the hardest bosses in the game, the Axem Rangers. Let's see how much mileage we can get out of some ice attacks here in the volcano. I think most enemies here in the volcano are weak against ice, so this is handy. Yeah, definitely those guys. Got him. Nice. Good for the princess. 9 HP. Hard to argue with that. There comes a certain point where the game just kind of throws money at you. I'm pretty sure in Bowser's Keep alone, you can easily get over the limit of coins, 999, just by kind of doing it normal. I hate that thing the game does, where if you get a couple level ups back to back using a star, it kind of freezes you for a second. You guys just saw that happen. HP good. Everybody likes HP. Now, if you still have the star active at this point, you can walk on lava, which is pretty cool. But otherwise, you can just jump for that frog coin, I think. Just gotta get those warm-ups in, guys. Super jumps are hard. Just because the speedrunners make them look easy, doesn't mean it is easy. tough jumping for frog coins when I'm surrounded by doofuses. Let's break out this baby. Nice. Keep it nice and snowy. You get some decent experience in here, that's for sure. Why are these guys so obsessed with me? I'm just trying to live my life. I appreciate that the Donkey Kong enemy looks at the camera very briefly during his attack. At least I think that's what he's going for. Gotta break that fourth wall. When I was making my ROM hack and I was designing the psychopath messages for the different enemies, I considered putting the entire DK rap as the psychopath message for the Donkey Kong enemy, but it was not in the cards. I decided maybe that wouldn't be the funniest thing. It's one of those things that would be funny for the first couple of lines, and then you'd realize, wait, this is literally the entire thing, isn't it? Let's see. Yeah, when else am I going to use these? It's all about the jumps. I'm trying to get that sweet spot of the timing. Getting that 2-frame window too early. Give me the coins. Alright, let's go fight the Very Angry Tree Stump. The sequel to the Hungry Caterpillar, the Very Angry Tree Stump. We don't necessarily need to fight as many enemies as we are, but we're doing it anyway. Okay, we broke the 17 mark that time, which is nice. I mean, I did get up to 44 that one time. And I did do 100 back when I was in high school. So it can be done. I just have to channel my inner 17-year-old. Wow, I am 34. That was literally half my life ago. Anyway, sorry. You're not here to listen to me get existential? Or maybe you are, who knows? What is a booty with no head? An explosive. Ooh, fright bomb. Don't see those every day. There's this fun tile here that forces you to fight this guy. You can actually jump over it, though. I think the Stumpets are one-time encounters. I don't think they respawn if you leave the volcano. So, that counts as part of 100%, right? My goal in all of this is to be able to do 100 super jumps just organically, part of the run. I'd prefer to not have to do a separate video about it, but who knows. We will see what cards fate deals me. And by fate, I mean skill issue. A once again would have been nice right there, but those guys don't drop those. Just ramming a shell into some weird sentient rock enemies. No big deal. I gotta stretch this volcano episode into one entire episode, guys. Fighting's just gonna be part of that. Get on board. We're trying to get to level 30 anyway, so fighting enemies is not a bad thing. Come on, Bowser, you can do better than that. You're gonna let Mario upstage you? Barely? I guess I could start using the Lamb's Lure again, too, but I figured I could save that for Bowser's Keep. When I inevitably get one of the 6-door rooms that has the big battle room in it, you end up getting a bunch of lame enemies in there, like Goombas from the beginning of the game. You could just use the Lamb's Lure on them, not missing out on any experience. Pinopio. Toad Fieri. His name is supposed to be a play on Kinopio, because that's what Toad is called in the Japanese version of the game, but of course that doesn't translate well unless you also translate this guy's name. Spend 30 coins to lay on a pile of boxes. I guess if something's remotely vertical, you can still get a good night's sleep from it, huh? Let's get our fire stuff. Okay, we finally found something that has better defense than the work pants. But honestly, not by much. Maybe we just keep the pants for now, honestly. Why not? Fire pants. Fire cape. Alright, we can get rid of some of our old stuff here. Do not sell the polka dress, that's one of a kind. The aquatic stuff. The fuzzy stuff. complete the set with a fire dress. Bye-bye fuzzy dress. Just trying to make double sure I'm selling the right things. Probably need some items too. If we're committed to not having the princess on our team, we should be committed to getting some more healing stuff. Pick-me-ups are handy. Maple stuff. I don't know. That's probably fine, honestly. Saving this for the boss. And of course, back here, we've got an R-Wing from Star Fox. And I think both of these are from F-Zero. I know the blue one is. That's Captain Falcon's Blue Falcon thing. The red one I think is also from F-Zero. I'm not a big F-Zero guy, so I couldn't tell you who owns it, but I'm pretty sure that's F-Zero. Precision platforming. Okay, so obviously this game was made by the same people that made Final Fantasy. It's Square made this game. This guy is called the Tsar Dragon. I have a theory that he was supposed to be called the Kaiser Dragon, which is the name of an actual enemy from Final Fantasy, but they ran out of character space. Of course, I have no way to prove that. Super jumping on enemies that hover up and down is tough. Would not recommend. I might be getting a bit too cocky here. This is a great fight to have the princess in. The Tsar Dragon and his undead counterpart do hit pretty hard. I like that the Helio stopped hovering too for a second, out of respect. Now the Tsar Dragon does have a chance to counterattack whenever you hit it, so that's why whenever you use an attack against it, it kind of pauses for a second. The game is like deciding if it wants to counterattack or not. Keep it up, Bowser. Perhaps, obviously, this guy is vulnerable to ice, but Malo is unfortunately also our designated healer. More Helios? Get some new material, my guy. To be fair to Mario, I think I too would be scared if a giant fire-breathing dragon appeared in front of me. But I've also never been inside of a volcano, so who can say for sure? Just gonna keep doing that one, huh? You know, now that I think about it, the Tsar Dragon's head reminds me a lot of the those enemies from Super Mario World. Blargs? Blarg, I think they're called. Wonder if that was intentional. I mean, it's Nintendo, so it probably is intentional. Thank you, happy little rain cloud. I can do this all day, buddy. There we go. Wait, he comes back? Shock. And it gives us a chance to use this. Why not? But yes, you use a pure water on it. It's the only undead boss in the game. It just hits itself. The difference between its attack and defense stats. That really hurt. I do have one of these still, I guess. Fine. This guy's kind of weird because he is weak against he's weak against jump, but also has such high magic defense that you might not know it. I like that he has hands now, those little skeleton bony hands. Because before, as the Tsar Dragon, he just had fireballs there. Maybe there were hands underneath the fireballs. Who can say for sure? That wasn't very cash money of you. That's right, we'll scare the Zombone. What do you mean that didn't work? Oops. My bad. Oh well. Honestly, regular attacks might be stronger against this guy, because he is a bonehead. Kinda like a giant dry bones. Well, there goes my Energizer. Yeah, regular attacking is going to be better. Don't frighten the poor boy. Do I want to attack him and risk the counter? Maybe we just focus on staying alive. Wait. I have the ghost medal on him, don't I? Oh well. How much HP do you have left, buddy? 354. Okay, not bad. We're almost done. He's fine. 10 HP is all he needs. And there you go. I gotta keep you guys on your toes, you know? Not every boss fight can be Princess Toadstool just wins. Although that's probably exactly what we should do against the Axem Rangers, huh? Yeah, let's let the two healers have a go at it. Yeah, that should work. We'll probably be fine, right? We don't need to save. Where's the fun in that? Live a little, guys. There it is, the 6th star piece. Things could have been so much different if you guys had just picked up Yaridovich like you were supposed to. Who's that handsome guy? Epilepsy warning. Bright flashes. What do you think they look like under those? I guess they're not masks, they're robots. But they're supposed to be designed like the Power Rangers, the Super Sentai, or whatever they're called in Japan. So I wonder what they were supposed to look like under there. I appreciate the scene with all you go through this path here where you follow them. But half of the things they're doing you can't even really see, because as soon as you get close, they just disappear. Like, you can hear the noises of them disappearing, even though you can't see anything. If only there was a button to scroll the camera up or something. Time to board their comically large ship. I mean, the blade is so enormous, like, even compared to the volcano, it looks like it could just cut the volcano in half. Did Smithy make the blade? How did he fit this in the factory? Alright, boys and girl. Show me what you got. This star piece gives people hope. It needs to be destroyed. So is that Smithy's goal? To destroy the star pieces? I mean, he has one already. Can't he just start with that one? I don't know. The plot is a little thin on what exactly Smithy planned to do with the star pieces. If anything. If he just wanted them so that you don't have them, maybe? Let's see, I think is black the one that's weak against jump? Maybe? Let's come out swinging. Black is a little dramatic. Black, with all of his counterattacks, gets like 5 turns per turn. There's one down. There's an unused piece of dialogue and a small little motion that goes along with it, where Axem Red, after all of the Axem Rangers have said, you know, their little losing speech, "Yo, Red, what? I broke my shades," whatever it might be. Red was supposed to say, "Shut up, all of you." But it goes unused. From a coding perspective, there's one big event, one big battle event that determines what all of the Axem Rangers say upon defeat. And there's like a counter, so each time one of the Axem Rangers loses, the counter is incremented. And that unused bit of dialogue would happen once the counter went all the way up to 5, because all 5 are defeated. But instead, there's a separate group of code in each monster. Oh, that's what the enemies are called. They're called monsters, guys. I speak from a lazy shell perspective. I'm sorry. But there's a bit of code in each monster's event scripts, battle scripts, that says, if we've already gotten to the point where that counter is incremented, run this separate battle event instead of running the last part of that first battle event. If that makes any sense. Alright, green. You're the magic guy. We gotta take you out. Alright, tough guy red. I swear, with Lazy Shell's high attack power, its high damage variance, if you use something like an Energizer on Mario, there's a chance you can take out green in one hit, I think. You might have to be over-leveled too, but that's okay. That's not that hard to do in this game. Even the princess does solid damage against him. Of course, yellow saying that he's hungry does create interesting questions about whether or not these guys actually eat. Let's keep ourselves topped off for our eventual showdown with the blade. Get him, princess. Yeah. Red, I think, has the highest HP. No, maybe that's yellow. Well, either way. Oof. Apparently I'm not feeling the super jumps tonight, guys. Ow. Shake it off, princess. Eight damage. Nice. Yellow has some pretty annoying counterattacks, which is part of why I wanted to get him alone. It's just you. Oh wow. It's just you, and me, and the 4 other guys that are just standing there blinking. Do I still have... I don't have the fright bomb anymore, do I? No. This would have been a good time for that. Okay, no, yellow's the one that's weak to jump. You guys just take 5 for a minute. Alright, there we go. Now to fight the blade itself. Keep us... We're gonna need this one way or another. It's hard to see, but when the blade pops up, now that it's active, there's a little seat that pops up behind it that Red gets to sit on. The cute little detail. I think this thing's weak to thunder. That sounds right. Well, still going to be better than his regular attack. Oops. My bad. Mario's A-button attack is definitely stronger than super jumping, unless you can do, you know, a pretty high number of them against this particular enemy, but hey, we're trying our best here. There would be something poetic about getting my 100 super jumps against my namesake, but I don't think it is my destiny today. Shake it off, dude. Alright, we should be pretty close here. Just a couple more smacks around. Yep, there we go. You guys remember the first video I ever did? About how you, very first thing I said in that video? About how you, the reason why you only get 17 experience in this fight. Good times. You guys should go watch that video again. 17 is all you need. Another seizure warning here. Cute little detail with the very tiny star with a very tiny Mario. Where could that last star piece be? Alright, let's go save in Nimbus Land before we continue on here. Alright. That was a fun little romp in the volcano, but for now, it's time to be done. Thanks for watching, guys. Appreciate it. See you next time.